you guys? Your girl G here. Welcome back to my channel. Let me see if I can fix y'all up here a little bit. Your girl right now, oh my god, literally y'all, I cannot stand what is going on in the world right now. Literally, as I'm fixing you guys like on the camera, I get an alert talking about urgent news alert. How many times I get notified of urgent news, breaking news alert? Like, it's getting too much. And it says Putin put a price tag on peace. I'm not even gonna click and see what the hell the rest of it say. But hey, you know, in other news, I'm glad to be talking to you guys again. I'm over here waiting at Sonic. They got a new $1 snacky hour, so I'm gonna take advantage of that. Give me 2 pretzel sticks. The pretzel sticks are good, but I wasn't paying $2.99 for them. They do better than that. Sonic knew to get on it, because y'all happy hour or y'all's value menu ain't giving value nor happy. Okay, so now y'all got dollar items really legit on there. Like, appreciate it, thank you, finally. But yeah, you guys, so while we're waiting on Sonic, I wanted to come and talk to you guys a little bit and get caught up on Love and Hiphop Atlanta. I know it's late, but you know, while I got time and I got nothing, you know, I'm sitting here waiting and getting ready to be on my way back home. I'm gonna stop by the smoke shop and then go home. Yeah, you know, so I got time to, you know, come talk to y'all and catch up on some stuff. So let's not waste no time. Let's go ahead and get into it. Hey, how you doing? If you're new to your girl's channel, appreciate you for tuning in. Go ahead and hit that like button. Okay, hit that like, and a like. Okay, you got the point. So, basically, let's get into the first part of the episode, which was Bambi and Rasheeda. Y'all know Rasheeda all last season could have missed me, because she's sitting there acting like she didn't do the things that she did. And then, like, that stuff that she pulled with Erica Banks last season, I didn't like that. When it came to the Yandy stuff, girl, you and Kirk were definitely giving passive aggressive. So for Yandy to see that, I can understand why Yandy's like, well, god dang, like, okay, like, I thought we was better than that. And then for you to act like that's not what you did. But but Rasheeda in her mind feels like, you know, I ain't finna say nothing, because, like, you know, if I talk on your relationship, that people gonna keep digging in mine, or they gonna be digging in mine any more than they already are. And we already know Kirk and Rasheeda's mess of a nest they call a home over there is nothing but blasphemy. Okay, Jasmin over there weasel her way in. They finna have a menage a trois if they keep playing around. Because Jasmin done got cool with Rasheeda mama now. So yeah, Bambi basically apologized, long story short, for that song that she did, because she threw some strays in there about Kirk and Rasheeda. But Bambi felt the type of way too, because when that stuff was going down with her and Scrappy, Kirk and Rasheeda was acting weird. Like, why you being weird to me? Like, everybody in that Bambi Scrappy situation knows what was going on. Momma Dee knows what's going on. Scrappy knows what's going on, but he don't want to admit it. But now all of a sudden, Momma Dee, after Bambi, and like in the middle of Bambi and Scrappy going in what they were going through, you was calling her a liar. Now all of a sudden, now you would have sit there and be like, oh, I know my son Scrappy, you know, he a mess. What? Yeah, she was like, you know, seeing you guys like basically abandon me with the whole Scrappy stuff. Then, you know, y'all sitting there with Spice and Kiki, while she basically shit talking me like, okay, if that's how you really feel, then let's go there. You want to go low, I'm going to hell. But nonetheless, they apologize to each other. It ain't enough people getting Rasheeda's ass for me, if you ask me. It ain't enough people getting Rasheeda's ass. Alright, moving on. So after the Rasheeda and Baby situation, we see, unfortunately, that Jock's brother and his, I guess I would make his nieces and nephews, all 3 of the kids passed away. All 3. I feel so bad for that mother. I feel so bad. And allegedly this is a brother that has been on the show before, but he was struggling with mental health issues. So I'm wondering, possibly what that played in it. But of course, Jock is just like, he's in a state of shock, as anybody would be. But now it's getting even worse, because now the courts are basically trying to charge him with negligence. Like, 3 kids died. Somebody gonna have to, basically take responsibility for what's happened. And I understand that. I get that. Unless it was just, I don't know what could have happened where all 3 kids, passed away. From what was said in the story, the dad, he tried to go back in and save them. So what happened where, he wasn't there, where he wasn't there for, and had to go back in to save them? What was going on? But yeah, it really is sad. And of course, Kendra is there for him. I'm glad this season we ain't got Kendra screaming all in our goddamn ear about Jaceel, okay? Because we know you ain't leaving Jaceel. Just like Kirk says, just like Rasheeda said, she ain't leaving Kirk, okay? That is the new comparison. Being like Rasheeda, alright? So, moving on, we see what happened after that. I'm trying to think of all the scenes. Rasheeda talked to somebody. Oh, Rasheeda talked to Sierra. Basically, Rasheeda just was checking in on Sierra, especially after her magazine party or whatever. And her mama basically was just like, blew the lid off the thing. Sierra was doing, making her announcement. Then said that she's pregnant. Okay, pregnant. Ladies. You do not have to give every nigga that you with a baby. That does not solidify your love. It don't make him love you more. Don't make him take you any more serious. And is Sierra's mama going about it in absolutely a wrong way? Yes. Surely she is. But are her intentions good? I think so. With a little bit of, mess mixed in. But I think overall her mom is trying to get her, because she said it last episode. She was like, Sierra loves love and wants to be loved. And it's like, Sierra, you don't never take no time between in relations before you got a new nigga. You and Carly got the same goddamn problem. I'm not mad. In the famous words of Monique, if one nigga don't work, get 2 niggas.
If that nigga don't work, get another one. That nigga don't work, get 2 niggas.
Okay, I'm not mad at it. But take a little bit of breeze time in between the niggas is all I'm saying. So yeah, Rasheeda just checked in on Sierra, and she was crying. She was just like, I don't know what it is. It feels like my mama's, one, either wanting to sabotage me, 2, she don't mean me no well. It's feeling like, and then she feels like, because Sierra feels like, because it's her successes, the mama probably feels like it's her successes. And you see that all the time, where a lot of parents, they feel like their child, if they make it, is supposed to just owe them anything. And for Sierra, it's like, bitch, you threw me out on the street when I was 15 and got the nerve to be trying to either come to me asking for stuff, or now wanted to be a part of my story, when literally I was ass out and you the one who put me there. No, I get it, but obviously Sierra carries that mother wound. And I feel really bad for her. I really do. She was just like, I love my mom. I would take her anyway, but she just keep coming after me. And I really do feel bad for Sierra in that regards. But for one conversation to another that didn't go well, if you ask me, was this conversation Bambi and her nigga Rayface, whatever his name is, had. He is the definition of a nonchalant nigga, okay? And that whole nonchalant mess don't work with me, okay? As I saw in one post, I need my niggas chalant. I need them chalant, okay? Because in what world do you leave to Vegas, get on an airplane, and don't talk to me for 8 hours? Or don't say nothing to me? And when she brought it up to him, she was like, in the beginning, you was communicating, everything, like everything was good, as it always is, because that's the representative. But nonetheless, you obviously know what it takes to be a good man. Nobody knows more what the attributes of a good man is than the niggas who gotta play being a good man, right? They know what the attributes are, and they choose to have them when they want to have them. And now we're in this phase of like, here he's acting up, and I'm with Kirk when he asked Baby like, damn, you already ready to get married again? And I'm just like, girl, you need to slow down. But she did say to her confessional, she was like, I'm paying attention, if, as long as everything's good, then, I'll flow with it. But if I start seeing stuff, on the way to my altar, then, I'll pump the brakes. And I'm just like, girl, you should have been hopped out this motherfucking car. Pump the brakes. Hop out the car, because that man, especially with how he was acting at the last little vacation that y'all had as a group, don't do it. Don't do it, baby. But she talked to him. He was just like, yeah, I mean, I tell you. She was like, no, you didn't. He was like, okay, well, what can I do to make it better? And she says her piece, and he was just like, all right, I'll do whatever it is to help us. Whatever you need from me, I'll do it. That ain't really addressing what she brought up to you. Like, he definitely was just giving too shalot for my liking. But moving on. So we see Erica Banks, big booty, big Judy, okay? Big booty Judy. Erica's ass is too much ass. That's all I can say. Literally too much ass. Is this my order? But alright, back to it. So, I was talking about Erica Banks and her big booty, okay? Her and that big ass dope in the trunk. So, Erica Banks got a girlfriend, okay? She done turned into a kissing lesbian.
What about your lesbian relationship, bitch?
She's sitting there, I think her name was Dro, I think she said the girl's name was. And she basically, they in the room flirting with each other. I know this better have a drive-through. Oh, I done went to the wrong turn. God dang it. So Dro is at her house, and they kissing and flirting and whatnot. And she basically is asking Dro, the questions that women ask. Oh, what is it about me? The what are we? What is it about me? Why me? Type stuff. And when I tell you, she might be a woman, but sounded just like a nuka, okay? Strapped in the backpack and all. She literally was just like, I ain't never felt this way before. Like, you really mean something to me. Like, I ain't never been like this with nobody else. And it's like, bitch, that's vague. Like, hey, you didn't say anything in particular to, like, Erica, So I was just listening. I was like, boy, I tell you, these studs sound just like a nigga, okay? So basically what has Erica nervous is the fact that she's getting ready to introduce Dro to her family in a more like official way, like she's mentioned Dro, but she ain't like said like, oh, this the person I want to like marry. For them, they just think it's kind of like, okay, you with this girl's like a phase type shit. And her dad's a pastor. I'm not surprised to hear that Erica's dad is a pastor. I'm really not. So she is literally like, you're gonna be introduced to my parents, and I just want them to like you. I don't want nothing to change. The minute I tell them like, oh, like I want to be with Dro, like for real. And of course they're asking the questions of like, okay, what about kids? What about, things like that? And I mean, you can still manage those things Shoot, am I gonna hit this? Sorry, I was looking, trying to make sure I didn't hit nothing. Hi. Woo. I done sucked that down. Oh my gosh. Your girl's tongue turned blue, man. Lord Jesus. I love the ocean water, but I forget that it turned my tongue blue. Lord Jesus, take the wheel. So let's go ahead and get back into it. Alright, y'all just got to see my blue tongue. Basically ending on Erica Banks. She's with her lesbian girl and is wondering if her family's gonna take her seriously, especially that her dad is a pastor, okay? And I really wonder what Erica Banks' dad had to think about her career, what the relationship, you know, must have been like. For this to be the way that she went, like, I really wonder what that's all about, okay? But let me go ahead and move on because it wasn't too much there. So we see at the club Jasmin with Rasheeda's mama, Momma Dee, and Shakira. Y'all know Shakira basically has made it her life's mission, okay? Made it her life's mission to screw Scrappy over and just let it be known that Miss Britney the realtor, whatever, you know, she letting it be known that I mean, it ain't me, it ain't about much, but in her mind, she's thinking, oh my God, you know, you on dates with Scrappy and stuff, but the minute he get done with you, where do you think he running to? Okay, that's what I thought. And so now she's been screaming from the rooftops. She telling Momma Dee, like, oh, you know your son, anytime he leave the club, anytime he get done with Britney, guess who baby mama house he's stopping at? Me. And Momma Dee know her son. She's like, right, booty call hours. The only thing open at 2 o'clock is IHOP and legs. It's been the old saying. IHOP and legs is the only thing open at 2 o'clock, okay? And she's there, and just, you know, it's very obvious that after Scrappy realized this woman was keeping the baby, one, he can move her down here, have her be a part of the show. Basically, it's a fee that gets covered by the show, essentially. She can be a part of my storyline, and I can cover it with what I make on the show. And then, two, I got a baby mama, which means I will always have a slide. You know, I will always have me a little yang on the side, because that's how men view women that they got babies with. Oh, this always gonna be a woman that I can, you know, spin the block with, you know? So she's there, and then Jasmin and Rasheeda mama come in, and Rasheeda mama just looking like, you know, where you think Rasheeda get all her hype from, basically. And Momma Dee was thrown off, and she was like, wait a minute, like, Jasmin, what you doing here with her? And at this point, Rasheeda's mama basically just was like, I mean, the damage being done, so we might as well move on and be a family. So, I mean, it is what it is. Like, the damage is done. The Cannon, he damn near, 11 years old or something like that now? So, the damage has been done. And the only reason why it's only, like, got worse and even got re-brought up is because of Kirk. Really? And Mendeecees, you know, Mendeecees out there, you know, how he be talking, you know, I ain't doing nothing with you, I ain't even gonna address nothing like that, because I ain't do nothing. Boy, you and your goddamn lockjaw. But, yeah, Jasmin and Mama Rasheeda, they good. So it's giving, you stay over there at Rasheeda and Kirk's little beach house while you took your son on vacation, and you know, y'all got a little comfortable, okay? Baby, let's get comfortable. Hey, tell me where you wanna go. Alright, shout out to K-Kim. K-Kim? Ooh, K-Kim. I used to, oh my god, when K-Kim came out, oh my god, that used to be my boo. Cam, oh my god, when he came out, oh goodness, y'all turn down the comments, and he's still one of my favorite artists. Cam got some bangers. But yeah, so they're at the club. Jessica White come in, and she's kind of looking like, oh shit, like I'm meeting, you know, the baby mom before I meet Bambi, so I wonder how this would go. And then London on the tracks baby mama came in, and she said, oh, you know, just trying to figure things out, you know, especially with London, you know, my baby daddy. And Shakira was like, London on the track? And she was like, yeah, that's my baby daddy. And she's like, oh shoot, you know, that's way bigger than Scrappy, you know, little Scrappy. And Momma Dee was like, damn. Even I was kind of like, ooh. Like, damn, okay. But girl, you talking about he nothing but little Scrappy, but you show on the show because of him. I mean, I don't give Scrappy, trust me, I don't give these niggas nothing, okay? Nothing. But I give him that little piece, that little bit. That girl, like, you the one that's on the show right now. But this is what you wanted. That's why you kept the baby. You felt that the benefits of being Scrappy's baby mama was going to outweigh having a life of your own, I guess. And not having to be responsible for taking care of a kid. Because you sitting here mad every day to my Scrappy don't want to be involved in the kid. He's giving your baby pennies in comparison to what he's spending on Britney. Like, she literally called, she's like, a Scrappy a trick. Momma Dee, she upset because she's like, I know I definitely ain't raised my son to be a trick. But oh, on the contrary, you absolutely did, Momma Dee. You did. How did you think your son was going to watch hookers and crackheads sleeping and hooking up together in the bedroom and him not see the transaction and feel like, oh, that's how I'm going to operate transactionally? Like,
Cash make the coochie go woo woo.
yeah, your son a trick. These niggas be tricks for anybody, okay? Literally. Be having whole wives and still be tricking. Like that story I don't know if y'all saw it on TikTok where this wife, she basically had found out her husband was tricking off on a girl $1,000 a month, y'all, while she's sitting there on their food truck sweating with no air conditioning, doing everything she can to try and get a new air condition. And here that fool is, all the money he got is going to some other bitch in another state, $1,000 a month, while you sweating and slaving and taking care of stuff on the food truck and everything like that. Man, these niggas is tricks for anybody. But nonetheless, you know, London on the track baby mama came in, dropped his name, and Shakira, her coochie jumped because she definitely tried to look for the next dick to hop on. I guess she tried to get on her I don't know, Jada Chavez, just having a whole bunch of different baby fathers that's got a name to themselves, I guess. I don't know. But it definitely was interesting to see that Rasheeda and Jasmin, you know, I mean Rasheeda's mama and Jasmin are, you know, basically in cahoots with each other. So after that, we see Jock go to the lawyer with Scrappy. Basically, they're trying to figure out what his brother's bail hopefully is going to be, if they're going to set his bail or bond, whatever it is. And because there was 3 kids that died, his bond finna be high. I already know it. I already know his bond finna be high as giraffes. Okay? You know, Jock gonna be responsible for most of it. So it's like, damn. All these kids you already slacking on, now they finna miss another month of onions because of this situation. But what else happened? I feel like I'm missing another thing that was like a major part of the episode. Oh shit. Okay, so Scrappy has Britney finally meet Momma Dee and even Imani. Imani looks so cute, y'all. She's growing up. She looked just like Erica. Oh my gosh, she looks so cute. And so Momma Dee, it was just gonna be her, but I guess she was like, I convinced Imani to come have me meet her and meet the baby moms. And so, or not the baby moms, meet the new girl. And so, she comes in, says hi. So Momma Dee's like, oh, tell me about you. She's like, my name's Britney. I'm a realtor. And Momma Dee's like, I'm going to just keep whatever Shakira said, to myself. You a realtor, but if you ain't making money selling houses and you making money popping bottles and puss, then you ain't no realtor. That's just your cover. What they call a cover up, that's just your front. You a realtor for 6 years, but are you selling houses? Is the question. Momma Dee was able to hold her tongue in that moment. So she looked at Scrappy, was like, boy, you got your nose in the air with this one, huh? Look at the way you smiling. And she was like, over there, good googly boogly in the eyes, okay? And so she was like, so this is it for you, Scrappy, this the one? He's like, yeah. She's like, monogamous? He like, yeah. And so she was like, well, I guess you better make that clear to Shakira. And she asked her, she's like, have you met the baby moms yet? She was like, no, I don't know how I feel about that yet. Girl, the fact that you even with Scrappy in the first place is just madness in itself. But the fact that, like, I feel like she's ignoring the baby moms because she knows she's gonna tell us some bullshit that she don't want to hear, and that she probably don't even care about, because she probably thinking shit, Scrappy a trick. I'm in it for the long haul. And Shakira, you sitting there screaming, oh, she using you and all that type of stuff in like episode 2. Oh, she using you. Well, bitch, ain't you? Aren't you? That's the reason you kept this baby, right? Because you using him. She's better off because she didn't get a baby by a nigga. You would have been like, y'all women, I'm telling you, feel like you finna keep a baby and think that's gonna be your lick or make the man become a better man, all that shit. No, it don't do none of that. But I really was surprised to see Imani stick up for Shakira, because Imani was like, you really need to think about it. Like, she's all down here by herself. Like, she just lost her mom. She don't have nobody. And she moved here. Like, that's something you really should consider. And I feel like Imani was really kind of saying that in the aspect of, like, she's older now. Imani is a young woman. And so when you have a dad in which you understand, I would never date no Negro like him, or you see him and realize the way he does women is not how you would want to be treated, or he of all people would expect you to accept that treatment from another man, I think she's starting to have a little bit more empathy for the ladies involved with her daddy, Shakira being one of them, and Bambi used to be one of them until she did that shit with her mama. Her and Bambi used to be close, but I just was very shocked to see that Imani stood up for Shakira, and I actually was glad to see it, because now it's making me, it gave off that she's finally maturing, and she not doing no stupid, Regina Carter type bullshit, just hopping into shit for no reason and causing drama. I thought that was really interesting. Y'all drop down in the comments, what did y'all think of Imani kind of like sticking up for Shakira a little bit? Did anything else happen on this episode? Y'all, I just wanted to jump on here really quick because I completely forgot about one section that had to do with Lil Zane and Ashley. Y'all, Ashley wanted to get her little titties done, okay? And so she went with Erica early on in the episode, but now she's filling Zane in on the information, and he's pissed off. He talking about, you can't do that. That's my body. That's my titties. Like, you want to hang out with the tight face squad now. Now you want to become them. And Ashley basically had to let him know, like, this is my body. This is something I've been wanting. I've been a mother breastfeeding. And what Ashley's wanting is not unfamiliar. We've seen and heard of a lot of moms, a lot of women, after they breastfeed, talk about, their boobs sagging after. So Zane, I feel like he really is coming from a place of insecurity. He don't want Ashley, starting to feel good about herself, starting to realize, she could be a Cardi B and pop outside, all right? Want to go up and the pop outside. Is it hot out? What? Okay. You would time out, because she really She really been giving you way more grace than you deserve, Zane. All right, Ashley, you need to go ahead and do it. I've been cuffed up too long. Let me remind niggas, okay? You need to remind Zane that you that bitch, all right? And he worried about it definitely. But you really lost it with the, oh, that's my body, that's my titties, like I'm your husband. No, Ashley, if you want to do it, go ahead and do it. But yeah, I quickly forgot about that part. I just wanted to come in and slide this here real quick while I was editing. So, all right, back to the Rayleigh televised program. Rasheeda, Kurt, Bambi, Shakira, baby moms, Britney, Carly Rae wasn't on this episode, but her dumb old ass finna go to jail. And she wanna be mad at her daughter. Girl, your daughter got a life of her own and has been sick of your bullshit, Carly. You been on her shit list. Cause you was out here dotting and bopping, moving like Anna Lozada, letting your daughter raise herself to catch. I really think that's it, you guys. That we just had the end of the episode where Jock and his family are on the way to the courthouse to see what they're gonna grant his brother. And I just felt so bad, like I said, for his sister. And they were asking, how you feeling? And she's like, it just don't feel real. She's like, I wake up and the house is quiet. Like, could you imagine that? That's enough to make anybody, especially a mother, lose it. You have 3 kids, and all 3 of them gone, all 3 of them. So now you go from waking up to 3 kids every day, the whole morning routine, to waking up and she's like, it's quiet. And this is something I've said on here before. Silence is the loudest. Silence is loud, okay? It is. And as a mom, I just couldn't imagine that feeling of just like, you're waiting to hear the next laugh or the next item fall or break because the kids are playing too much, or for one of them to come ask you to get something. Like, none of that. That's just all gone, like in a blink of an eye. And she need to go there. She need to go get therapized ASAP, okay? But yeah, that's really kind of where the episode ended, you guys. So y'all drop down in the comments and let me know what you feel about Love and Hip Hop. What you guys feel about Britney and Momma Dee finally meeting her. What y'all think about Scrappy and the fact that he's still pulling up on Shakira. All right. What you guys think about Rasheeda and how she's been acting with the whole like Yandy and Kirk, basically saying like she not in it, like, cause Scrappy, he went over there with Mendices and Jock and was talking about everything. Mendices, I don't know what's going on. Kirk, why he's so obsessed with my penis? Like, it's starting to get a little scary. Like, you want my penis? Scrap didn't know what to do. Every time he heard the word penis, he was just like, Negro. Like, so I don't know what's going on with Kirk. Now you want to, it's like starting to feel like you want my penis. Like, why you so obsessed with my penis? But yeah, you guys, I have made it home. I'm pulling up in here. Finna go hit that. You know what I'm talking about. Finna hit that. And then I'll catch you all later in the next one. Deuces.